Hey guys, it's Andres. Welcome to VMU. Today, it's all about the FA Cup game we have against Everton. So, this is a sneaky game, right? I believe we're going to win this game. I hope we win this game, like we always do. But I think this is one that we can't really take lightly, right? I think that now that we're coming off a win against Bournemouth, pretty decisive win, 3-0 at that. Now we have to go into this game and we have to understand that it's the beginning of a really busy next 2 months. And what's coming up right now in our next matchups is Charlton, City, and then Arsenal. So we are facing pretty much the top two right now on the table. And those are crucial points for us in the league to stay in top four. So in order for us to take full advantage of this, I think that with this Everton game, now that we technically have everyone back healthy, Lisandro's back from the World Cup, Dalot is returning from injury. These are key players in our starting 11 that we need to put back on the pitch, right? So I'm going to go ahead and put up the lineup that I'm predicting, and I truly think that we should have everyone back. Let's go out there firing at all cylinders, right? I think that having our back four, the OG Ten Hag back four of Luke Shaw on the left, Dalot on the right, and then having that Varane and Martinez partnership in the center half, that's our bread and butter. That's what's going to keep us, winning games, keeping clean sheets, and making sure that De Gea has an easy time every single game, right? For example, Maguire and Lindelof did a solid job against Bournemouth, right? But De Gea also had to take a few saves, in order to keep us in the game. And De Gea is invaluable to us. Last season, he single-handedly kept us in the league, right? So I think that with that back four, we're really relying on just experience, right? I think we're more than good enough to be able to keep this at bay alongside a team like Everton. We move into the midfield, no surprise there. Casemiro, we have Eriksen, then we have Bruno. That's our tandem. That's such a strong midfield compared to what we're used to now. And then in our forward line, I really think that the only question mark here is Antony, to see how severe is that injury that apparently he picked up. This was reported back during the Bournemouth game. But I do believe that Martial and Rashford should start this game because, I think Rashford's in phenomenal form. Martial needs more game time, I would say more of a confidence booster. And I think that Antony is also very similar to Martial. I think that this extra game would also give him the opportunity to maybe pick up a goal, pick up an assist, or pick up a good play to really boost morale. And, this squad speaks for itself. I don't think it needs a lot of explaining. What I do think needs some backup and some explanation, some extra information for us to keep in the back of our heads is two players that we need to watch out for in the Everton side. Personally, I believe that Alex Iwobi is Everton's best player this season. I think he's been their most consistent player. I think he facilitates a lot of their gameplay moving forward. He provides a pretty good pressure, as a player himself. And I think this is just what Arsenal expected him to be. Unfortunately, it just wasn't with them. But by no stretch of the imagination do I think he's like this superstar. But I think he's a very solid player to have, and he has been showing that this year. And whether it's some of the timely goals that he's had, some of the timely assists, I think that he partners up with Gray really well, as far as Gray being that one player that can just make something happen out of nothing. Iwobi is a pretty consistent player in all facets of the game for them. Secondly, I would say that Onana is our other player to watch out for, because he's a very physical player. He's a lanky, long specimen. This guy can definitely his body kind of lies to you. You look at him, he's a pretty skinny dude. You think he's not all that strong, but this man is brutal, pretty physical player, and he's not shy about saying it to your face. Getting in your face, having shout matches with the ref over, what he believes are unjust fouls. So this is a player that we need to watch out for, because he can definitely get in the heads of our players, if anything, maybe being a little chippy. So keeping an eye out for the Belgian, I think that he can definitely be dangerous in that regard. But considering how we played against them earlier this year, that victory that we had over Everton, I think, was pretty decisive in the sense that it was Casemiro's coming out party. And I do believe that Casemiro is going to be the reason we might win this game. I think that just like we've seen in plenty of games in the past 10 matches that we've had, Casemiro is always pretty much a pivotal part of that. So don't expect anything different here. I do think that the result here is going to be 2-0. I don't think we're going to go out there and score a bunch of goals, even though I hope we do. But realistically, I just think 2 goals is what we should probably expect. But I do believe that our backline will keep that clean sheet there and, keep on the up and up. Get back to that match fitness that we know they can be in. As far as everything afterwards, we have Charlton after that. We have City. And I think this is a good way to prep our starters for that City game so that they don't have to, go into Charlton. Hey, are they going to play? Are they not? I have a video on that, so make sure to click on that later. But I do think that having all our starters play in the Everton game, rest out in Charlton, and play against City puts them in a good place to really pick up those crucial 3 points against City if we manage to be so lucky. But thank you so much for your time, guys. Make sure to see the preview for the Charlton game. Click on this next video.